bank, Lloyd's of London, issued the world's first ever digital promissory note. Just saying, not a big deal. You know what? They've been doing this shit for years now. This is back in, I don't have the date. I think this is, I'm not sure the date on this, but they already have. It was back in like 2022. That's right. 3 years ago, Lloyd's of London, the bank, came out with the world's first ever digital promissory note. I didn't even know they had them. What was in the? We are going to have a good old time tomorrow because I'm going to be taking screenshots and showing you guys stuff. Oh, man, these people are going to be so mad. I'm telling you what, Mike, I'm sure the channel's going to glitch and all these kinds of things, so just be prepared for tomorrow morning's show. Gonna love it. Welcome back again to the Crypto Hulk show, Crypto Bat. So we got the cold plunge going. I went in first for a minute and a half, got out, warmed up for a few minutes, went back in for 6. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. You know, I just got to let my body, and I'm noticing the pain. All the pains are going away. Nothing's hurt. Like, it's going away. It's only really the second day of cold plunge. I'm on day 2. I'm at 50 degrees, a minute and a half, and then I went in for 6 minutes. So yesterday, 1 minute, 1 minute. So you can already see the progress. We're picking up some speed here. You know, I can't tell you when I'm going to be doing the full 32 degrees with the ice in there. That's going to be probably about after 2 months. If I worked on this for 2 months, we'll just see what happens. But I'm already doing pretty good. Wayne Williams. Right on, Wayne. Tax-free donation. Tell the IRS they can go suck big D's. Well, they already do. Just because I know it's going to be a great show as always. Howdy from Texas. Good old Texas. That's one of the places I think if I left California, I'd move to a part like near Fort Sam Houston, like 20 minutes from there. So I can't live in the communist part of Texas. Where's that, Austin or something, where all the Democrats move to? They're going to destroy your state. But I want to live near Fort Sam Houston area if I leave Northern California. Because I'm thinking about that's where my final destination is going to be. But it's just these fucking communists, man. I just want to live. Oh, I saw somebody today in Reno driving. It was kind of raining out. They had this big old flag, American flag. It was big, like 5 foot long. They were literally holding a pole and sticking out of their car. And I was like, wow, that takes some guts doing that. It was kind of cold. It was about 40 degrees out, rainy. And they had this American flag. And I'm just like, wow, that's a fucking patriot right there. Huntsville, Texas, home of Sam Houston. That's where I live. Texas. Oh my God. Hey, you never know. If I get crypto rich, and I'm saying if because I'll be 103 before this crypto takes off. But yeah, well, we'll see about Texas. That's on my radar. I do like Las Vegas. I'm telling you, man. The outskirts of Las Vegas, like Henderson, Summerlin, Lake Las Vegas, or something like that. Not on Casino Strip, but just 20 minutes away from Vegas or something. Because I like Las Vegas. Reno's not a bad little place. A little too small for me. I need more stuff, but a nice suburb of Las Vegas would be. I'd love that. Phoenix. It'd have to be that rich area of Phoenix. Northeast. What is that called? That really rich part of suburb. Garrett B. I'll call you after the show. Can someone drop $1 million on GPUS, please. I'm trying to think of the Arizona, the rich part of Phoenix, the next city over. Somebody help me. Scottsdale. Oh man, that's nice. Nice. If I live in Arizona, it'd be Scottsdale. Sedona is gorgeous, but it's a little kind of, I need to be near the city and hospitals and shopping places and somebody who can fix my Ferrari. I don't got to go 3 hours to it. So, but yeah, Scottsdale is where if you got a lot of money and you want to spend it and have a good time, and that's where I'd go. All right, let me first 5 people: Gunneroo, Mike Gilbert, Mark 552 Man, MAB, and Duck Fan. Those are the first 5 people. My name's Crypto Hawk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about finances. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. Well, all I do all day, I just get high off cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, LSD, and stuff. Shit, man, I eat that stuff, snort it, inject it, keister it, whatever way I can do. Put it on an IV line, like whatever, man. Let's just do it all. Let's get it done. I drink about 3 gallons of vodka a day. I've done that every single day for 5.5 years on the show. If you ever get a text from me or any kind of call or something, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Just letting you know. Garrett B, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. I got AIDS at Lake Havasu Spring Break 2015. Whoa, Lake Havasu. That was a place. I'll tell you what. I partied in Lake Havasu in 2006, 7. Yeah, almost 20 years ago. I was living out there actually for a while. And I'll tell you what, from the videos now, I think a lot of stuff has changed. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it probably has. But it's like that London Bridge Hotel, and they got like 2 bars in there. One of them's like a kind of a high-end bar, and the other one is like the party animal bar where they got like a swimming pool or something in there and a slide. And I'll tell you what, I was 36 years old, well past the age of partying, right? But that town back in 2006 and 7 was the funnest time I ever had in my life at nightclubs and bars and shit like that. I'm not going to tell you the stories. I was in with the cops, so I never had to worry. They'd be like, hey, Crypto Hulk, see on that rooftop over there? And I'd be like, yeah, there's undercover with binoculars and shit. You don't want to drive right now. I'm like, oh, God, yeah, Officer Smith. I knew all the cops, so it's kind of like a small little place. When you party, it helps to know somebody. They do shady stuff there. That's illegal. Those cops are not allowed to do that, but that's what they do. Arizona breaks laws and shit with the cops. Oops, I'm telling on Lake Havasu City cops. But yeah, these bars and shit, do not drink and drive there because they play shady. They'll hide up in these buildings with binoculars and shit, and they'll see you coming out, and then they'll radio ahead to some other car. Hey, look for a white Cadillac. They do that shit. I'm just letting you know. Now, the cool part about Arizona is the cops go into the bars, at least in Lake Havasu. If the bartender notices something, I've known some of the bartenders and some of the owners. I was kind of social, let's say, in Arizona. And they tell me, yeah, the cops tell us if there's rowdy people in your bar, call us. The cops start walking through bars. You can't be doing any drugs in the bars in Lake Havasu. At least back in 2006, the cops would walk through, ask you questions like, and the owners of the bars, they don't care. They'll let the cops come right in and walk around because it alleviates bar fights and shit, and people get hammered. It's a party town, so the cops have to maintain and stop people from getting killed, by drinking and driving and stuff. But yeah, it's like, party your ass up. Take an Uber or something in Lake Havasu. Do not drive. Do not be stupid and drive. Just drink, have a blast and stuff. Just catch an Uber. It was the best damn time 2 years of my life. I'm telling you what, just the nightlife there. I'd see some things I was like, what? But yeah, then there was after parties at these, sometimes rich people would have houses and mansions, and then I could go to pretty much any of them. I knew some people, and one room was where they would snort powder. I'm not going to get into that. There's always that room in the house at these mansions where you'd snort a little powder. I wouldn't go in there. I don't mess with drugs. All right. That's enough reminiscing about Lake Havasu. It's going to get me in trouble. I'm going to have to admit, well, there's a statute of limitations, so I'm past that. Okay. Lake life. It was the funnest time I ever had. And I see pictures of the bar, that bar that's in the London Bridge Hotel, and it's nothing like it was when we went. When we went, it was the funnest. I'm telling you what, it was amazing. The nightlife there, I'm telling you, I was thoroughly impressed. Just the fun, no fights or nothing that I saw. Just everybody was getting along. It's hot as hell. You're outside at a pool party, and it's night. It's got to be 105 outside or something. You're just like, whoo, maybe it was like 100 or something. It was just, and they had the fans with the mist and shit and the loud music, and just, I'm telling you what, it was the funnest shit ever. Like, it was the best time of my life. I was having some kind of old man kind of but then you'd see guys that are 65 years old at a nightclub. I'm telling you, 70 years old, rich guys, but that's what they do there. They'd be hooking up with these, okay, I'm saying too much shit. Yeah, man. Best time. Let me concentrate here. You got me all distracted, whoever lived in Havasu. Shit, man. We got 3 cryptos to go over right here. Let me go over these coins. I'm just telling you, tomorrow's show, oh my God, the shit that I found out, they've already got this thing done. Like, I don't even want to get into it. We can't see any of it. Everybody hang in there. These motherfuckers are sneaky. Let's start off with HBAR tonight. Let me do a copy and a paste. Myrtle Beach, living in Myrtle Beach. I want to live somewhere where there's water somewhere. Hedera's, even if it's a big old fucking lake, that's fine. Hedera's Greg Bell on how its governance model is winning over banks. HBAR, like, I'm telling you what, okay, don't get a loan. I'm just telling you, don't get a loan, okay? All right. Now, what I think you need to do is definitely get a loan. All this crypto is so damn cheap. HBAR. How much is HBAR right now? Somebody read it off. Or actually, I've got CoinGecko open right here. HBAR costs 14 cents. Oh my God, you guys. I'm telling you what, if you're brand new to crypto, get a dang loan. Now I'm telling you, get a loan. Earlier, I was telling you not to, but now I'm telling you, get it. 14 cents. I remember the shit was like 32 cents or something, 33, 34. You right now, I'm telling you what you need to do is get a loan for like $3,000. Keep your payments where you can afford it. If it's $100 a month or $150, and that's how much you're buying every month, or you're spending $200 a month, you can still maintain it. But get a freaking loan. Get a loan. Do it now. And then when these cryptos, when this HBAR goes back up to 34 cents, you just tripled your money. You got $9,000 in crypto. Sell off the $3,000, pay off the loan. You're done. No more debt, and you got free crypto. Thank you, Crypto Hulk. That was the best fucking thing I ever did. I'm talking to a lot of the $500 club people, and they're doing that. One guy is able to fund about 30 to 50 grand. Another guy is talking about this and that. I'm not trying to give away everybody's business. One guy said he's going to go get a $5,000 one and just pay $150, $200 a month on it. He's like, then he said, I'll just get all my shit that I need to get, lock it up in fire blocks with Caleb Brown. And he's like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm not going to worry. It's already at its lowest point, like pandemic levels. Now is the time. If you want to get into crypto and you know what your limit is, like you want to pay $150 a month, okay, then do some math, figure out how much you have to pay. Because I'm telling you what, this crypto over the past 6 months has gotten hammered. I mean, especially 3 months, but the past 3 months, it's been getting hammered with this government shutdown thing, which I don't know why it's affecting crypto. It hasn't affected me at all. But it's like, this is what if you get a membership, we can go over all the stuff. If you're brand new, I'll tell you where to buy the stuff and people to call, places to go, and things to see. We'll get your strategy going. You'll be all taken care of, discount prices. And then when these prices go back to normal, your loan is paid off. You sell off the crypto when it goes up. There you go. You will have crypto for free. I'm going to show you how. If you put in like $3,000, the shit's going back up to, you'll have 6 to 7. And then you can go back and pay off that 3. And then you'll have $4,000 worth of crypto for free. It didn't even cost you anything at all. Make sure you can pay your monthly payments like you do now, $150 or whatever it is, $200 a month. You're paying $200 a month. In a year, it's $2,400. Normally, you'd pay. Get it all right now. Then you could get $5,000 worth of crypto paid off at $200 a month. Then in about 6 months, I've got news tomorrow about the SEC. I might even go over it tonight. They're coming up with crypto laws and regulations and all these things. That's going to bring in all the institutions legally. And they're going to dump trillions into this stuff. And you'll be like, fuck, if I would have put 3,000 like Crypto Hulk said, I have like $9,000 right now. Man, I fucked up. I already know what you're going to say. All right. All right. HBAR is getting in with the banks. I'm telling you, one reason why crypto has not taken off, you know what I'm going to say, right? There's 2 reasons why. One, we don't have global crypto regulations. The banks aren't going to touch shit unless they're legally whatever, okay? Banks aren't going to come in and buy crypto securities, and then sell them to us until there's global crypto laws. We all got to be on the same page. It's going to be maybe a little while. Number 2, global tokenization. Those are the 2 things. You've got to tokenize as much shit as you can. Now, we don't have to be 100% tokenized, but as we get closer to 100% tokenization, that's when the prices are sky high. I don't know when that is, maybe 5 years from now. I'm talking about when is an XRP worth $100, $200, $300, $400 or $500? It should be that right now. Right now. From when I started crypto, if we have this news right now, all this news right now, that XRP would be $500. But somehow it's hovering around $2. So I'm telling you, it doesn't bother me. I'll just wait and accumulate. Hedera Hashgraph, often referred to as an enterprise-grade distributed ledger network. Now, remember, HBAR and the HBAR Foundation, they're tied in with like 30 global businesses, okay, who help shape that crypto. It's not just some 20-year-old, 22-year-old community college dropout who made this crypto. No, HBAR's made, it has a 25 member global international business consortium working, it's the Hedera Foundation, working on this crypto, shaping it for its use case. This is like one of the most legit cryptos that, it's my biggest holding at Caleb Brown. Hedera Hashgraph, often referred to as enterprise-grade distributed ledger network, is rapidly gaining traction with global financial institutions. Its combination of robust governance, regulatory readiness, and scalable infrastructure is positioning it as a serious contender for, listen, tokenizing real world assets. What are the two things we need again? Global crypto laws, but then I said global tokenization of real world assets. That's what Hedera is all about. That's why it's my biggest holding, because according to the title, Hedera is winning over the banks, and they're winning over the people with the money. That's the crypto I want to have. One that the banks love, okay? In a conversation with Greg Bell, Chief Business Officer at Hedera Foundation, he outlines how Hedera's unique governance model, institutional partnerships like with Ripple and Algorand and Chainlink, we can go on, and commitment to standardization are reshaping how banks and corporates approach tokenization. Let me cherry pick this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. He says, Bell, this guy named Bell, he's the chief business officer at Hedera. Looks like he's about 35 or less. Bell recalls his early experiments in crypto credit markets. He said, I created the very first loans ever secured by cryptocurrency back in 2016. That birth gave credit to the markets within Web3. So this guy was there. Man, how old was he? He must have been 26 or something when that shit, he was doing that. He's like one of those community college kids I was talking about. When you tokenize instruments, whether securities or other forms of collateral, they'll become far more versatile. You embed those assets with attributes that make them superior to traditional recorded assets. Tokenization allows assets to serve as collateral in ways that amplify purchasing power and liquidity. It's the, quote, new architecture for credit and wealth creation. We're talking about tokenized cryptocurrencies. That's what I've been told. Unless we do that, we're not rich. We got speculative that goes up and it goes down. We can't be buying some shit that goes up and down. We won't. When we're rich, we buy something that stays up. That's what tokenization is about. Previously, tokenization focused on yield-bearing instruments such as money market funds. Now we're moving out the yield curve. Real estate offers a higher return. So you notice how BlackRock starts with treasuries. They start tokenizing very safe things, and then they later move on. If you want to tokenize and not scare the hell out of investors, older people and stuff that don't know this shit, start off with very conservative things like treasury bonds. Like everybody knows what that is. It's safe. It's United States money. Sell your little crypto things with that. Okay, the rich cats are buying and selling. Okay, then they get greedy. We want more. Now you got them. Now he starts talking about real estate offers higher returns and remains. So you go from treasury bills, which are United States money. I mean, anybody'd buy those, and a crypto from BlackRock, right? Now, what's another stable thing? Real estate. You tokenize. Who's going to argue? There's a house, there's a business, a baseball stadium. You tokenize that. People buy it. You want part of Dodger Stadium or whatever it is, you buy that shit. You want part of the Golden Gate Bridge. In the future, I think they'll tokenize Mount Rushmore. All these things. Regulatory clarity unlocks institutional adoption. Listen to what he says. Bell says regulation now plays a central role. That's why we're not rich. I've been telling you, if it's not in the United States code, we're not going to be rich. Whatever goes, I don't care if something pumps. What the fuck is that? $2 extra. Okay, let's say it goes to $4, which it almost was. Big deal. We're down at like $2 now. What the fuck? That doesn't do shit for me until XRP hits like, I want to say $500. Even if it hits $100, and that's nice, but it ain't doing shit for me. It would be nice, but $100 XRP, but that ain't gonna make me rich. I need like minimum $1,000. Bell says regulation now plays a central role. In the United States, we've gone from a period of regulation by enforcement, which is Gary Gensler's nothing basically, to a more constructive tone. The SEC and Congress are now actively promoting frameworks that support tokenization. Now it's starting to get going. You are right now at a place, look, be careful what you wish for. The people that are just getting into crypto right now, they're happy because this shit is cheap. Like, I look at my portfolio, I'm down almost 50%. I'm looking at it like sideways, trying to make the numbers get a little bigger. If you're brand new to crypto, you are loving this. I didn't think they'd be this cheap for this long. Now, people that are veterans like myself are like, gosh, when is this going to happen? But then the brand new people are like, oh man, this is cool. I can get HBAR now for 14 cents. That shit used to be 33 cents or higher. When we have, what is he saying here from HBAR? From Hedera? They're working on these regulations right now, the Genius Act and the SEC and Congress. The SEC and Congress are now actively promoting frameworks that support tokenization. When this happens, the crypto prices go way up and you're priced out. And you know what we're going to hear? Oh man, I should have got that loan. I'm dollar cost averaging. At this rate, it'll take me 20 years to get all the crypto I need. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, just get a fucking loan and buy it all, okay? You're still going to pay that same fucking $200 a month, right? Right. So get like a $5,000, $6,000 loan, get all your fucking shit you need, and just pay your $200 loan. In about 6 months to a year from now, that $6,000 will be worth like 18 grand. You pay off the $6,000 loan, you got 12 grand of free crypto. Thank you, Crypto Hulk, okay? It's that fucking easy. Why Hedera appeals to the banks. Hedera's governing council. So Hedera, you have a crypto called HBAR, but Hedera is the company that governs the crypto, and it's made of blue chip companies like Google, IBM, Dell, Nomura, Standard Bank, Shinhan Bank, and etc. There's about 25 world global enterprises that make up this crypto, the control of it, and all that. That's why I love HBAR, okay? It's a non-hype coin. It's doing real-world things. It's working with the world's banks. It's working with Seals Q that, you know, is only putting crypto, the crypto on the satellites to send it in outer space, the microchip, to stop quantum attacks. That's what HBAR is doing. Their technology is the software. Seals Q is the hardware. They're sending into outer space to stop quantum attacks. That's why this crypto's amazing. So that's why banks like this crypto, because there's banks on the board of directors for this crypto, worldwide banks. You have tech giants, banks, and corporates running nodes on the HBAR network. That gives you enterprise-grade infrastructure. That when big corporations see HBAR, they're like, oh, this is good because these world-famous organizations are with this crypto. That's why I like HBAR at Caleb and Brown. If you look right below the channel, you see the links for the Crypto Hulk Lawyer. You will not see the $500 link. That one you have to download YouTube on your phone, make a username and password. And if you want to be in the $500 club, just donate during the show. It's called a super chat. And I'll get in touch with you and just join for a month if you want. It's a non-obligation thing. Just, I'm not here like a dentist pulling teeth. Maybe you join for a month, get all your shit. Like maybe you get that loan, you join up. Okay, Crypto Hulk, I got the whatever $3,000 loan or something. Help me figure out how to spend this stuff. Okay, let's look at what we got. And then I try to teach you a bunch of junk, and then you're the one who determines what to buy. Let's go to the next crypto. Well, looky here. It's HBAR again with this is from November 13, 2025. HBAR integrates wrapped Bitcoin to unlock Bitcoin DeFi for users. This is massive right here. HBAR Hedera Foundation has partnered with BitGo and Layer Zero to integrate wrapped Bitcoin and help unlock the next phase of decentralized finance adoption. In summary here, the wrapped Bitcoin is now live on Hedera. Launch of the tokenized Bitcoin brings institutional grade DeFi to HBAR network. Oh, this is so massive. Wrapped Bitcoin is a tokenized version of Bitcoin, launches on Hedera amid growing demand for institutional grade tools and solution across DeFi market. The wrapped Bitcoin is a one-to-one token with Bitcoin. It allows Bitcoin holders to participate in DeFi, including across lending, trading, and liquidity provision. Use has helped grow the decentralized finance market on the Benchmark Digital Assets Network, which currently has a total locked value of $9.6 billion. That's impressive right there. The total value locked of $9.6 billion on this network. Very nice. Wrapped Bitcoin. Hedera is looking to leverage integration, which benefits from support by BitGo, BitGlobal, Layer Zero, and expand Hedera's traction for Bitcoin DeFi or Bitcoin Fi. Layer Zero will power this integration via its cross-chain infrastructure with key support from Stargate. There we go. That's Stargate. Remember that Stargate crypto? Told you guys to get it. And Saucer Swap. The platform sees the launch of canonical wrapped Bitcoin on HBAR. Let's see. Thanks to the institutional grade benefits of Hedera, Bitcoin holders can now participate in Bitcoin Fi without the fear of front running or MEV, in turn enabling a best-in-class experience for these large capital allocators. This milestone is an attestation to Hedera's DeFi evolution and that the world's most trusted Bitcoin standard recognizes the strength and growth of the potential network. This wrapped Bitcoin has a market cap of 13 billion, which has more than 126 Bitcoin in custody. Very nice. Let me click out of the HBAR news. Let's get into our next news article here. Stellar and Canton Network. Oh shit. You're gonna love this. I got the Canton. I'm not trading it. When it bumps and pumps, I'm not doing a fucking thing. I'm holding on to that thing for dear life like a life raft. I got my Canton coin on locked up on a central exchange, Kraken, which I trust. And then if Caleb Brown carries it, I'll transfer it there. All right, here's the article here with Franklin Templeton. I gave it to you. Franklin Templeton expands their tokenized fund platform to Canton Network. Now, here's the deal. Franklin Templeton started off, let's just read this, with Stellar, and they're expanding because they want some privacy. Franklin Templeton expands their tokenized fund platform to the Canton Network. Oh my God, I love it. The asset manager's Benji platform will now operate on Canton, a blockchain used for institutional. See, that's what I wanted, that Canton coin, because it's institutional. That's where the trillions of dollars are. Not with you and me with our little $20 and $50. No, I want a Canton coin, which I got because it's institutional settlement. Oh my God, you gotta love it. Franklin Templeton is expanding its Benji tokenization platform to the Canton Network. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm really excited. I'm not joking. It's like Christmas. Canton Network estimates it processes over 6 trillion, son of a biatch, in tokenized assets and 280 billion daily in repo transactions. Oh my God, that's massive. Canton's utility token dropped about 30% after launch because people wanted to try to get profits, not because it's a bad token, despite major exchange listing and a $540 million investment. Franklin Templeton has expanded its proprietary Benji technology platform to the Canton Network, a private blockchain. So I think they left Stellar. I think they found like a new girlfriend. Stellar's left like an 80-year-old hooker standing there. I own Stellar now, so not for long. They decided to have Canton Network, which is a private blockchain for regulated institutions. The institutions don't want you and me to see what they're doing, okay? That's where all this stuff's going. In a move aimed at deepening its role in the fast-paced market for tokenized financial products. This integration allows the $1.5 trillion asset manager to offer its tokenized funds and investment vehicles to banks, market makers, and trading firms active on the Canton Global Collateral Network. Oh, nice. I just love this. Benji is Franklin Templeton's blockchain native infrastructure for issuing, recording, and settling tokenized fund shares. It supports real-time transfers between approved wallets. It's got to be approved wallets. Now, while initially deployed on public chains such as Stellar, so it started off with Stellar, Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and Aptos. I think that's that Stellar Allbridge. Franklin Templeton's like, I don't think we want Stellar anymore. Then they left and went with Canton Coin. I got Stellar and Canton, so either way. Benji was initially presented to the US SEC in 2019 and launched in 2021. Stellar came in there. And now they left and went to Canton Network. Hey, either one works for me. I got some Stellar and I got some Canton. So I'm walking away a wiener, a definite wiener. Okay, that'll be it for that article. Oh, we got more with Franklin Templeton. Let's keep going here. Now, why is this a big deal? Because let me show you this other article here from September of 2025. So like a couple months ago, we had, look what we got here. Look what happened a couple months ago. This is exciting, but Binance teams up with Franklin Templeton for tokenization. Oh, what? Yeah. And guess where? Canton Network comes right in. See where this is going? Binance teams up with a 1.6 trillion asset manager, Franklin Templeton, on tokenization push. They're going for tokenization, you guys. This is where the final thing comes in. This is where we get rich with tokenization. Binance and Franklin Templeton will co-develop tokenized asset products as part of a mutually agreed upon partnership. That's on the Canton Network. Oh, sick. I'm going to be disgustingly rich. The duo aims to use blockchain rails, I'm liking this, to improve settlement speed, collateral mobility, and investor access. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, oh shit, is partnering with Franklin Templeton that used to run on Stellar, and now the Canton Network, can't say that enough, Canton Network, let me look here. Let's see, bringing faster settlement, improved yield, and better liquidity channels to more investors. I like this. Binance brings transaction volume and a large user base. Yes, they do. Franklin Templeton has been among Wall Street's earliest tokenization adopters. Okay, that's the end of that article. Yup, look right here. Here's your proof for your Franklin Templeton and Stellar. Let's get into here. I'm just going to touch on this article. It will take me 20 seconds. This article is dated April 2023, 2 years ago, 2.5. Franklin Templeton announces the Franklin on-chain U.S. government money fund surpasses $270 million in assets. They have this fund, it says in the via a proprietary blockchain integrated system that currently, notice the keyword currently. Now we know why they use the word currently, utilizes the Stellar blockchain. They left Stellar and went with the new one. They left Stellar. How sad. And they're with Canton Coin, which I have. So I'm happy about that. There's your article there if you're interested. Now, Africa. Now we're going to get into IOTA. This is the third crypto. It was HBAR we first talked about. Then it was Canton Coin. And now we're talking about IOTA. The mystery hiding in the shadows is IOTA. Everybody's waiting for IOTA to do something. IOTA is that crypto that's going to help Africa take off. Nobody's getting rich until the whole continent of Africa and those 55 countries, until they get hooked up, ain't shit going to happen. You're not leaving a whole continent of people. A lot of that. I got something for you tomorrow morning about Africa. These people are already hooked up and they're playing dumb. Africa embraces stablecoins via the crypto IOTA to unlock $70 billion pan-continent trade tech. Formed in a partnership with the Tony Blair Institute and the World Economic Forum. You already know that's going to be all bad. The World Economic Forum, that was created when America went off the gold standard. In my opinion, just my opinion, the World Economic Forum was started to destroy the dominance of the United States of America, to break down our country's money over the past 54 years. The World Economic Forum comes right. That's when they started. They probably got to Nixon, had them hooking up with Jeffrey, and I can't say Ep, and I can't say Steen. Cryptoholic, that was before he was born. Just shut up. Just go with it. There was another Jeffrey Epstein back in the 70s, I'm sure. Somebody selling children. Formed in the partnership with the Tony Blair Institute and the World Economic Forum. The initiative with the crypto IOTA aims to overhaul trade with USD Tether payments across 55 African nations. They start with Tether. They don't end up with that. Just like Franklin Templeton started with Stellar and they end up with Canton coin. These people are going to start with Tether, but they ain't staying with it. That's for sure. The African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat and the IOTA Foundation, I'm telling you what right here, this is big, are working with the Tony Blair Institute and the World Economic Forum to overhaul how goods are moved using stablecoins. USD Tether will underpin cross-border payments, enabling instant settlement and new forms of trade finance. The aim is to replace paper-heavy trade processes, aiming to slash costs, cut border delays by 50%, and eliminate document fraud. It's called ADAPT, A-D-A-P-T. The roadmap is to reach 55 African nations by 2035, with projections of doubling intra-African trade and unlocking $70 billion in new economic value. This is what we need to see here. The foundation has introduced a digital trade initiative that places stablecoins based at the center of efforts to overhaul how goods move across Africa. They will establish a listen to this, they're going to have a shared open source digital public infrastructure for the continent's 55 member states. Now, here's part of the problem. It's people got to get along. They have to agree, right? And I'll tell you what, I've lived on streets where you can't even live with your fucking neighbors. Okay. Now imagine you got countries that have beef with each other, and they some of these countries, look, the problem is you got like in America, we got 50 states. We can't even get along. Okay. Imagine Africa with 55 different countries, different maybe languages and cultures and shit. In America, we're supposed to be United States. This is the most embarrassing shit that I see. I'm embarrassed for my country right now from these fucking retards that are running the country. I should say ruining the country on both ends. With Africa, they have now a shared, this is part of the problem with Africa, and it's all over the world. I'm not picking on Africa. I'm saying the problem in Africa, not with Africa, the problem in Africa is that you got 55 different countries and they all got to share. Imagine that. We can't even get along in America. and we all speak the same language. Now imagine going into Africa and have all these different countries and stuff like that and different belief systems and different presidents. And now you got to share the same kind of platform. That's the problem there. Why is this taking so long around the world? You got countries that don't want to join the party. You got leaders of countries, and I'm not putting it down. It's their country. They want to run it the way they want. Maybe they don't want advancements, because with advancements, people get money. People then go to school. People then get educated. Then they collaborate and they take over power. That's why some countries just prefer to stay broke. The people running them. So that's what we're dealing with here. We've got to get 55 countries to establish a shared open source crypto ledger. That's basically what we got to do. It aims to enable instant cross-border payments. See, a lot of times, now look, you've got governments, some of the rich people, like in our country too, but when a truckload of goats wants to cross, you got to pay us $150. You got to pay us $500. The bribery money, that happens with the banks. Bank of America, you want to send money overseas, the Philippines and shit. Oh, you got to pay Bank of America, then you got to pay this person, pay that person. It's the same thing in Africa. What this is going to do is eliminate the money for the criminals in the financial and trade system. Whether in our government, I mean, JP Morgan at one point JP Morgan was financing some cocaine, you know what I'm talking, on a ship, right? JP Morgan somehow gave a loan to some drug dealer who was moving cocaine. So I'm sure it's no different than in Zimbabwe. Some government official is going to steal a goat or two when it's on a truck and keep going. So it's like wherever you're at, that's what these people are doing. This will stop all the dumb shit, okay? And some people that run countries, they don't want that. These banks, the biggest, richest banks in the world, they don't want this crypto shit, but they had to figure out, they know it's going to happen. So then the bank's like, oh, fuck, okay, well, we've got to get control over it as much as we can. So that's kind of what this article is about, is IOTA is working with Tether now, and I'm sure Circle's in here with Stellar, and they're hooking them up. That's what it is. The goal is to have all those 55 countries using cryptocurrency, stable coins and shit, and put it on a blockchain. It says here, for African governments, this presents an opportunity to leapfrog legacy infrastructures and plug directly into blockchain rails that are being normalized worldwide. We want to make African payment system normal to the rest of the crypto world. They're going to leapfrog. What is that going to mean? They don't have to lay out the the cable lines and the fiber optics. They could use satellites and cell phones and shit much cheaper. Like when I was growing up as a kid, you had the thing called cable TV. Like literally is a fucking cable running into your house and stuff. Nowadays you've got, and then HughesNet came out, that satellite HughesNet company. That shit was major expensive. And that's, I had that too. And then now we got Starlink with Elon Musk. And that makes it so cheap. You can hook up the whole continent of Africa real cheap. Give everybody phones and beam down there. Everybody's got internet. Africa's hooked up like that. Bam, super cheap. So that's what leapfrog means. We can leapfrog Africa. The countries there just have to agree. Okay, we'll use a shared ledger. Some countries, they don't want that shit. That means the king, maybe some king in Africa, he ain't having that. That's how he makes his money, off trade. Now he's going to have to lose 90% of his income because he's not the one in control of the money and the trade. That's why some of these African countries are like, nope, we ain't doing it. So, all right. So trade, here's the last bit of this. Here's what IOTA is going to fix. When you trade, here's what happens. Trade logistics remain deeply analog. That's like paper. A single shipment may require 30 entities, like different government divisions, to exchange 240 paper documents. In Kenya, a border agents previously needed to log into 13 different systems to verify a consignment. This IOTA thing is going to make it all simple. Okay. Now, it's going to be good because the African people aren't going to have to pay as much for shit. It's going to be bad because these government leaders aren't going to make as much money. So that's how that shit works. We got 7 minutes to go. Let me check the comments here. Stellar's 24 cents. IOTA, 12 cents. All-time high, $5.06. I remember when I started in crypto, IOTA was like expensive. It was like one of those where you couldn't afford it. Not anymore. Look at that, 12 cents. That's the biggest. That's a deal. If you can find, who sells IOTA? Does anybody know where you go? Probably some other country. You're going to need a VPN and shit. Who's got IOTA? Binance. Okay. Same with Algorand. No, doesn't no, Caleb Brown's got Algorand. Pretty sure they do. Yeah. They just don't have Base Wallet's got it. Uphold's got it. Okay. IOTA. eToro has it. Some of you guys, IOTA. 12 cents. That would be smart to get some access to that. Oh, no, Algorand was pricey. Binance US has IOTA. Okay, there's that. Okay, tomorrow morning, if you live in Europe, I want to say United Kingdom, and you're an accredited investor, I've got a crypto token you're going to want. This is like on the hush hush. This is from a website that you're not allowed to be on. And to transmit any of this information, you can be fined and jailed. Fuck you. I'm going to show the video anyway. I'm going to show you what the biggest banks throughout Europe have been doing for, maybe 4 to 10 years now. Remember, 2015 Ripple Settlement Agreement. This, what I'm going to show you, all started in 2015. I've got some of the biggest banks in the world. I can't tell you what they're doing because you're going to kind of figure out what I'm going to discuss. I'm going to show you how like Lloyd's Bank had an actual digital promissory note back in 2021. These banks, I think, have been already. Then they work to the mid-sized banks. Then we got to get all this crypto on the small little banks and then spread it around the whole world. I don't know what the whole holdup is, but I'm going to show you some stuff tomorrow from a website where you're not allowed legally to show stuff. And you can, I guess, go to jail or something like that around there. But since I don't live in that country, they can go suck dicks because I'm going to show it anyway. What I'm going to do, there is a crypto that you could actually get if you're an accredited investor. Now, if you have a way, if you might live in America and you're an accredited investor, your stockbroker guy might know how to get your hands on this crypto. It's for accredited investors and higher. And it's been used, tested, and it's all legit. I've got a great show lined up. And then I got another crypto that you and me can get. It's under 10 cents, and it deals directly with tomorrow's topic. They've been testing a particular retail crypto and an accredited investor crypto, and it's all good. It's all legitimate. Barclays is involved. All the top banks in the world are involved. And it's one of these projects, and then they shut down that particular company, but used that technology and changed the name. And then they got rid of the retail people. So this company is still in existence, but now it's for only the rich. See, what they do is they test it on the poor people and the rich. They make it all work and shit, and then they get rid of our shit and only let them have it. But the other crypto they're using, but they're just not offering us their service. But the crypto that I'm going to tell you about, you can get at Caleb Brown. It's under 10 cents, and it's all about tomorrow's show. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to have a lot of windows open. What I'll do right before the show is I'll take snapshots and video so you can see it. I don't want to put the website up because Communist YT will detect and read the URL shit, and then it'll probably block half my show or turn it off. So I have to do the videos and put them on the thing. It's going to be, you know what the crypto is. I'm not telling you what it is. I want it to be a secret, but I'm going to show you how legit this crypto is. And it's like 10 cents or less. And you're like, what? Oh yeah, it's all done and legit. They're done. It's all been tested, and they've already made their little promissory notes in crypto form, just like real money and crypto. Oh yeah, it's all done. I'll show you the evidence. To be a good show. I'll see you tomorrow, 7:00 a.m. I'm going to turn this show over to the $5 people. Then after that to the open show. And I'll see you then.